So, what do you do with this? Oh, what do you do with existence? Oh, mate, like the fucking. Fuck, like. When you kind of mentally compare and contrast existence with non-existence, existence becomes so fucking like, what the fuck is this? Like, if you just kind of recognize, like, holy shit, there's something right now, and it's not nothing. Like, something is happening, and I don't fucking know what it is, but it's here. Existence is, like, and what the fuck is this thing? And I don't know, man, like I just it it's sometimes feels like who I've always thought myself to be just kind of disappears, and it's just this kind of, it's just kind of like the like it's just kind of existence or the universe or God or whatever is just, you know, that's what's come into play. You know, it's like who I always thought I was. It's kind of like, here's existence or God or everything, and then there's me on, like, overlaid onto it. And when I just kind of like get in touch with the fact, like, holy fucking shit, I'm alive, I exist, there's something rather than nothing, what the fuck is this? This kind of self that I always thought myself to be, this kind of self where, you know, I've got some kind of purpose, I'm on some kind of mission, I'm this kind of person, that goes away, that steps away, that goes away, and what's left is this thing that is just my aliveness, this livingness, this consciousness. And, you know, it's 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 yeah, it ruins your world, really, because, like I said, like, there's this, like, purpose and mission and striving, and a fabricated sense of there being something better and something worse, and a fabricated sense of things being good and bad and adequate and inadequate. And, you know, we're constantly trying to strive towards the good and the better and the adequate, and run away from the bad and the worse and the inadequate. You know, and that's like our whole life. That's what we're doing. You know, that's, you know, we're just caught up with that. We're so engulfed in that. And so when that steps away, when that's gone, and it's just like those dualities break down, and you see that they're just fabrications of the mind. At first it's really fucking awe-inspiring. It's really beautiful, and it's free. It's liberation. And but the problem is that this habitual mind, comes back in, and now that it's had a glimpse of like the truth of the truth that there is no such thing as good and bad, better or worse. That's just a product of the mind. When you see that, it's like, holy fuck, because it's like my whole life I've been doing this shit. My whole life I've been struggling and striving and trying to push away this bad shit, and I've had a glimpse where now I realise that's true, but then you're back in this kind of dualistic state. And it's like, I don't know how to explain it. So, yeah. That's interesting. The, here it is. This is it. Existence. What more could you want? It's so fucking mystical. It's mysterious. And it's a miracle. I mean, this is a miracle. Existence itself is a miracle. Your own existence, The fact that you're conscious. And the fact that, they're just fucking things. They're just, like, movement and all this shit. What the fuck is any of it, You see, we think we know what we're doing, and we think we know what we are and what life is. But, we really don't, We just have all these assumptions and beliefs. Which is a lens of perception. It's just a lens, just some glasses you're wearing. But when you take those glasses off, the glasses of belief and assumption, you don't fucking know what anything is. But you know that there is something. You think you're a human on Earth. You think that you're inadequate some way, in some way. You think that all these things, like, you don't know what's fucking, you don't know what this is. You don't know what this is. You have many stories and perceptions of what this is, but they're all equally untrue. You have a story in your mind about how you're a good person, you're doing good, you're a confident person, And then later on in the same month, you've got this other story that you're a piece of shit and you know you're not good enough and you've got to do better and you know you're an anxious mess and you know, and it's like it's just a perception filled with beliefs and assumptions. And it's really fucking hard to see that it's not true. Because to see that it's not true, that's the end of your world, do you see? That's the end of your life. That's the end of yourself. That's death. Because you truly believe, you truly think that this is real. Like the stories you have about reality and about yourself, you think that is real. And when you see that it's not real, well, that's death, isn't it? You know? Because we're so engaged in this conceptual self. We're so engaged and engulfed in this kind of character that we're thinking into existence and believing that to be us, not even realizing that that's just a fiction of the mind. We create a character and then we create a story in which this character operates in. And you know, we have many different characters and many different stories. You know, we've got the good character, the bad character, the good story, the bad story. You know, is this story going to be a comedy? Is it going to be a tragedy? Is this character going to be a hero or a villain? And you know, a lot of people spend their lives trying to change stories and change characters, but it's just shuffling up content, right? It's never seeing the truth, you know, and like it's like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's quite obvious that it's better to be living in a kind of nice story and you're the hero within it. You know, it's better to have that going than this kind of tragedy and you're like the villain in it, you know. It's better to have a positive story and a positive character than a negative one. But I mean, that's what a lot of us spend our lives doing, trying to transition from this kind of bad, negative story into this positive one. Like, I'm, you know, not good enough, like, I'm not healthy enough, I haven't got enough good social skills and all these other kind of skills, you know, I'm gonna change this story. I'm gonna change my mindset, you know. Like, oh, my mindset is like, I've got this, like, victimized mentality, the victim mentality. I have all this hatred towards people and myself. You know what? I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna start being loving towards people and loving towards myself. I'm gonna be this loving person, and this story that I call my life is gonna be a story of how this loving character is going to treat itself with love, treat its body with the right nutrition and exercise, and help other people it's a story, you know, and it's a character. But what's outside that, or beneath that? See, all you have is this moment now. Forget the past even existed, and you know that there's no future. Because the future never comes. It's now, 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 now. The future never comes. And the past is gone. The past only exists as a thought, and the thought is always never how the past actually went, because you've got so many stories about yourself and about the world, and you're projecting all that onto your thoughts of the past, and it's never a true depiction of what actually happened. And even if it was, like, how do you even know that that did actually happen? It's not here and now, you know. How is there any certainty that you haven't just been kind of like thrown into this moment now, and all the memories of the past you have are just like these artificial things that have been injected into you from some other fucking outside force that's, you know, how do you know that the past actually ever happened, you know? If you're alone right now, how do you know that your parents or your friends exist? Like, what if the thought about them now is, and the thought of you interacting with them your whole life, what if all that is just, you know, not even real, you know? I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm just saying you don't actually know, and that's what I'm trying to say here, is that it's all stories. You don't fucking know what this is. All you have right now is this moment. Just this. You don't know what it is. It's hard work because, I mean, you're stripping away a lot of these beliefs and, you know, overlays, you know, and, you know, it's natural, if you do this, it's natural to, you know, start with the gross ones, the very solidified ones, the very rock solid kinds of ones. But as you do that, you get subtle and subtler, and it's really quite hard to see these kinds of perceptions that you're overlaying onto reality. You know, and you can deceive yourself into thinking like, oh no, like I've got no story playing, I've got no character that I'm pretending to be. You know, I am enlightened, you know, I'm fully present, but there's more to go. There's always further. Keep going. You'll know when you're done. Like, I know I'm not fucking done now. Like, I can... Like, there are times where I can really get into this kind of presence, and like an absence of stories and shit, and it's really quite mysterious and really quite wonderful. But you know, I just know I'm not done. I know I'm not I know there's more to go. If you think there's more to go, keep going. Because I think that you'll know when you know. Enlightenment will be the most obvious thing. You won't need it. It won't be a hesitation, I don't think. It'll be like, am I enlightened? I could be, maybe I'm not. No, I think there'll become a time where it's like, dude, fucking of course I'm enlightened. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's the most obvious thing. And I'm not saying the character's enlightened, like, I mean, this enlightenment thing's a hard thing, you know, people say it's like, well, you can't get enlightened. You know, in a sense, yeah, no, you can't get enlightened because enlightenment is the absence of the self and the story. But that is enlightenment, you see. Enlightenment happens to no one, but it happens. So anyway, I don't know, I'm speaking out of my ass right now because, you know, it's not in my direct experience, you know. Anyway. It's always further, keep going, keep going. Yeah, the hard ones are these kinds of trauma, like the way that your parents treated you and the way that your classmates treated you and, you know, all this kind of shit, and you start to develop this story of who you are and what the world is. And it's a negative one, and it's really hard to see, you know, because it's such a habitual thing, but it's operating on a very kind of unconscious level. It exists as a kind of emotion, and you don't really know what's fucking going on. You know, it pops up as a feeling of inadequacy. You know, I'm not good enough, and I need to do more. I need to be more. I'm just fucking. I'm not doing what I should be doing. Not being what I should be being. These kinds of things, like, that's really the kind of root of it, and it can pop up as many things for different people, but that's kind of the root of it, you know, the root of these traumas that we have. Like, it's about inadequacy, feeling that we need to become better, that we're not already good enough, that we're not already, you know, like, we're just constantly striving through life trying to like pull our weight. You know, it's a struggle. Yeah. You know, one of the one of the core things about this dream state of believing that you're a character in a narrative is the sense of there being something wrong. that's what keeps it going. You know, inadequacy stems from believing that there's something wrong. Wrong about yourself, wrong about the world, wrong about other people, anything. But there's something wrong that needs to be made right. And that is the illusion. That's imaginary. That's what doesn't exist. And that's what causes us to suffer when we do believe it. There's something wrong. I need to be better. I need to be right. I need to fix myself so I'm right. I need to fix the world so it's just right. And that's the illusion, that's the delusion, that's why we suffer. Really what this is about, what I'm talking about, waking the fuck up from this character and from this story, is about realizing that there is nothing that is wrong. Nothing's wrong. You just can't, because you just can't know anything with the mind. How do you know what's wrong and right? You see, you don't. You can't know what's wrong and right, because the concept of wrong and right is just a concept made from the mind. Where is the wrongness and rightness in nature? We may say that a tsunami that comes and hits a village and wipes out thousands of people, we may say that's wrong, but that's just nature doing its thing. That's just physics, that's just cause and effect, that's just movement, that's just, you know, what is this sense of wrong? That's our mind coming up with that, you know. And, you know, it's important to not cut off our heart, I think. You know, like, we have to maintain this balance of, you know, not being like, oh, whatever, tsunami wiped out these people, whatever, it's not wrong. Like, we, like, exist on this other level of the heart, of this, you know, like, we feel that pain, you know. Like, of course, if one of our loved ones is sick, we want to try and make them better, you know. But, you know, it doesn't mean it's wrong, you see. You know, some people would perceive, you know, their loved ones being sick to be wrong. Like, oh my god, this is wrong. Like, fucking, why have you done this, reality? Like, this is wrong. They should not be ill. They should not be sick. So, like, if you're not perceiving a sense of things being wrong, that doesn't mean that you, like, that doesn't mean that you cut off your heart. That doesn't mean that you don't try and make things better. You still try and improve things. Because, I mean, everything can always be improved. I don't think there's any kind of pinnacle that you reach, this tip-top final destination. Things are always evolving, but you see, it's not wrong to be where you're at. I think, I don't know if I'm making myself clear, but anyway, there's that point. Wrongness and rightness. got to get beyond them. Or beneath them. Anyway, I need to pee. So thanks for watching. Don't really know what this video is about, but there you go. Enjoy life. Enjoy this moment. This is it. This is life. This is existence, you know. This right now. You know, life doesn't happen in the future. Life is now. If you got plans and goals for the future, that's fine. But you're here now. And there's no escaping that. So you might as well be here now. Because you're here now. And to try and be somewhere else, well, you just can't, you know, so just be here now. It's fucking easier said than done, cunt. I know. Oh, mate. Adios. Have a good one.